I'll rejoice.
I'm here with my guest, Josh, today.
I'm just happy that everybody kept everything going while we were gone.
That you were gone.
You were gone
2 weeks.
I was gone 2 weeks in a row. You were gone last week. Jim and Dan did it. Jim and Michael did the show.
Yep.
See, everyone was like, "We're not doing it." I was like, "Everybody's doing it," and now see, everybody's ready to go. So
Everybody forgot about Josh since he was
hey,
gone.
that's
so long.
perfect. There's a lot of people that work here.
And Michael and I did it before that.
That's right.
You haven't been here for a month.
We've only been doing this 10 weeks.
What's up, guys?
Thank you for checking in. It's been busy already.
Radio check.
Yeah.
We are checking.
Check in where you're watching from and what kind of tea you're drinking. I have green tea with jasmine today in the comp stance mug.
My favorite mug.
But yeah, we've been doing the BCA stuff, as you've heard on the last few of these.
Are these the ones I...
Yes.
Yeah. So these... I shot photos of these yesterday.
Yeah.
They are... Did we sell out?
Great question.
Yeah.
Let
us know if they're still in stock.
Yeah. There is more being packaged.
Yeah,
so
that wasn't all of them.
So if you're looking for the F10Ts, there'll be more. There will be more.
Michael had that discount going for a while you were gone. Did you know about that?
I think that I caught wind of it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that was fun. We're like, what are we gonna do? Josh is gone. We should do something with the live feed that he.
So yeah.
What's up, guys? There's a lot of us still running SMT 10s. Any future AR60 parts? So Michael actually just told me today the Losi LMT kit. Yeah, they did like a team kit.
Yes,
is back in stock.
The Losi tuned one.
Yeah, and he's all over that to build a new monster truck. I don't know if those platforms compete with each other.
They do. The SMT is gone. He said SMT, right?
He said SMT, but I think that new Losi is probably
pretty much the replacement. Yeah, the SMT stuff, the AR60 things, that car's basically been phased out of production from Axial Horizon.
Yeah.
And all the Bomber's gone, the SMTs are gone. Wraith is, if there's maybe some hanger around stock, but yeah.
Josh is back. No spoilers.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll see.
I get it. You can't see it.
Brandon's like, I'm going to set this back here. I'm like, nope.
Nobody will notice it. And then I was like, I'm just going to put a paper towel over it.
So yeah, we are still busy. Brandon, myself, and Steve were in Las Vegas for the National Retail Hobby Store Association Dealer Show. I put a little bit of coverage out from there, but we had 2 tables set up as Vanquish, where we had on display our RTRs, and then we had a bunch of wheel options. We had a fun little display for the dealers to see some stuff from that isn't out yet, but will be before too long.
Last year what was the first year we had kits on display there? 2 years ago?
2 years ago, because we had the Pro out in 2019 in July.
Did we bring the Origin the year before? Maybe. But anyways, this was the first year we actually had RTRs on display. So we did 2 tables. Got to see a lot of hobby shops that we've already worked with, but now we get to show them RTRs, and hopefully you guys see those on the shelves of your local hobby shop.
Yeah, and if you don't, yell at them and tell them to get a hold of us.
More pink parts. Let's ball out. Motor plates, standoffs, pen hard mounts, not pound hard.
They're pound hard mounts.
Let's see. No YouTube.
Well, we have people commenting.
We are getting YouTube.
So I don't know why that. So maybe reload your YouTube if that's the case. But yeah, the pink parts have been doing.
YouTube doesn't work.
Great. I don't know why, because I can see people commenting from YouTube.
People are waiting in the scheduled stream right
now. I don't know how that works. I have
2 streams. You started a new stream. Did you do that again?
Maybe.
Okay. So there's a new stream. If you guys are waiting in a YouTube stream, that's not the one that went live, which is the other one. My YouTube's working. It works now. Cool. So we should be good.
It's like I have two. Yeah. I'll find time to figure out how to figure this out.
YouTube was late.
Weird. Anyway, but yeah, the pink stuff this year, being that we did anodized, we were able to do, constant batches, be able to do some more things.
Pound hards is a thing though.
I don't think that you'll see any more variety of parts. I think that the parts that we have done so far will be the parts that you'll see through the rest of the month.
Are we doing more tutus?
So the tutus, I believe that you will see more of. However, you may see a switch to a black beadlock ring. That's the only thing, just to be able to get more out for this month. If we're going to be able to get more out, they may have to switch to a black beadlock ring just because of a delay. But that may be the only thing that you see. And if that's the case, I might be able to get those done as soon as later this week.
Thanks, Clint. Yeah, it was good to be at the Scale Challenge West. That was awesome event, awesome show. That event was at Donner, which is one of my favorite places. Josh wasn't feeling well. He was gone. Vegas got to him.
Yep.
But I brought our main product tester out. And he actually broke a set of portal gears on the rear on his Phoenix
in the rear as well, which is
he just put it in a bind and just kept
he's 5, so
6 now.
6, okay, 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I wanted to make it out there, but no, I did not. I was not moving. So,
nice hats. Yeah, we should really.
And clean. I cleaned it up for Vegas and grabbed a new one.
Cleaned it.
Yeah, not clean. Replaced it.
Tutu machetes. Yeah, I think Jim and Michael actually talked about tutus a few weeks ago. What width we should do, what styles, stuff like that, and got a lot of input.
That doesn't surprise me. They talked about a lot of things over the last 4 weeks that had me throwing my phone.
I was going to say
the country. I was in Nebraska and Iowa and Missouri, Kansas, Nevada, and just tucking my phone.
Are the Rock Jock 70s and support dead?
Yes.
So
yes.
Go back and watch Jim, Ripper Machinist, and Michael's feed. They actually talked a lot about production and why certain parts go out of stock and why new parts come online. Machines moving in and out. And those are done.
Yeah, those have been out of production for like 5 years.
Yeah. We just had
6.
a lot of inventory that moved very slowly. And once they were discontinued, of course, everybody wants them.
Yeah. But yeah, they were around a long time after they were discontinued before they finally moved. And then once they become gone, everyone's like, well, now I want them.
Medium hats, Josh. We actually sell a children's size hat. The comp stands hat.
That's all that can mean. Medium size. I have the 2XL on.
Mine's an XL.
But I've got like that 8. The large head. Is there a Comp Stance travel mug coming out soon? Like the tumbler style?
So
talked about that.
I need to buy a rotary laser.
Yeah,
we can do that.
We've discussed this. We all like our tumblers a lot. We all have way too many of them, and it's one that we agree we should make.
So now that I brought up breaking parts, everybody's giving us their feedback on what they've broken in their trucks.
I want to be I can drive like I'm 6.
I can drive like a 3-year-old. Yeah. Actually, when John was 3 and we were testing the plastic drive shafts, he wedged it under a fence and on full throttle and blew one of the joints out. I was like, okay, found the weak link.
Yeah, I remember.
And I think we made that up.
Yeah, we made a change to that.
And those plastic drive shafts are solid now.
I think the only plastic drive shaft I broke was at our comp last year.
Yeah.
When I was wedged in a hole at Folsom, and I just
where did it break though?
It was the slider at the flange on the slider piece.
That's impressive.
Which was good. I mean, the machine parts held, and it was an impressive sound it made. It didn't skip. It just literally blew that apart.
I want that coffee mug. It is available on the website, actually. We changed the apparel section. Did we call it something else?
No.
Accessories?
It's still called apparel, isn't it?
So it's under the apparel section, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the coffee mug is available under apparel on the site. How do you go about testing? I just hand it to my son.
Yeah. We drive them.
Dan, we drive.
Dan drives a lot,
Yeah.
mainly because he only works until like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
And then goes.
Takes a nap.
Yeah. Takes a nap. And then he goes and drives and drives and drives. So Dan does a lot of testing.
I do a ton of testing. I'll work from home a few days a week between designing and testing product. I have a nice big nasty rock pile behind the shop, and I will spend hours back there seeing what we can break.
Yeah.
Josh says I don't drive hard enough still, so that's when I hand it to my son.
We used to poke fun. We used to poke fun before it. Like Brandon and those guys worked at Axial, and we're like, "What'd you guys test this with?" Because we had made trips down there before. We'd made trips down there to SoCal back in the day, and I remember I drove the
EXO.
I drove.
Oh, no,
no,
you
that was
weren't there
before
for
me.
the
I drove the SCX-10-2 in like February of 2016,
What did you break on that?
and I snapped an axle housing.
Rotated the C on the
just like and it broke it off. We're like, "What'd you guys test these with?" Like 35 turns.
RTR. I didn't do as much testing at Axial.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Too much ping pong.
Bike rides. Let's see, do I need to use drive shaft spacers on the HD44 axles? Do you mean the little shims that go between the bearing and the drive shaft? That's kind of a setup thing. If you notice, if you don't install one of those shims and you spin the drive shaft and you notice it's a little notchy, throw one of those shims in there, reinstall the drive shaft, and see if it smooths out.
Yeah, it's just the Hypoid gear set, the style that it is. It's like a screw cut goes in rather than just flat teeth, so it has a tendency to want to pull itself in one direction versus the other. And that notchy can just be those inner teeth kind of just touching the inside of the gear set. So you shim it back out, it smooths everything.
Jason Hensel. Is that Badger's son? Do you remember that?
I do. Hello, Jason.
What's up, Jason?
I had a memory pop up from Disney, Oklahoma about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Jason, the other day.
Steve was just talking about the RCC live feed that Badger set up at Dean's shop, and he came and visited. And that's when I was first dating Michelle, 2010. Yeah. We were kids.
Brad DeMont, who was Bender on RC Crawler, went way back. He had reposted a video from the 2008 Midwest Indoor Challenge. And the guys from RCC were in a van, and they live streamed a road trip from Denver, where Jason and those guys were based. And they live streamed it to the event, and they live streamed it. But it was before YouTube. They were live streaming just on their own platform onto RC Crawler back in the day. And Bender posted the video, just kind of a recap of that event and everything. It was a fun watch.
Yeah.
I think the music was Tool, as you can imagine.
No way. Every Axial video he worked on was also Tool.
All Tool music.
How many years has Vanquish been around? Was it 7?
2007.
Yeah.
I joined in 2015, or to be very beginning of 2016, basically right there. And you were just a year. 6 months, a year after 6 months, that. 6 months to a year after.
So. See, why is it over $11 to send one clear Panhard mount to Wisconsin? So we only ship with tracking, priority mail, no first class or anything like that.
So,
and it's just, something that we've, as a startup, got burned too many times sending things without tracking, and then just policy.
Yep.
We want to make sure you guys get your parts.
So
what was in the box on the table in Vegas?
Did
you show that in your video? Did you show the box?
It panned past it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
probably.
That was my first leak, wasn't it?
Probably next.
Maybe. Let's see. Oh, I grabbed this. Lots of people were asking to see it. You want to talk about that one?
This is the all white Cerakoted Ripper. This thing is Bob Tarvin, who was in here. He was the one who got this assembled. But it doesn't have a number on it. I can't remember if I don't think I ever assigned a number on this one. Because all the parts just kind of got pulled at the time. So
the Ghost Ripper.
It is numberless. It is unregistered. It's just everything is either white or black. Cerakote. He did the chassis rails, the links, the wheel face, and the beadlock ring with a black IFR. Just clean black interior. This one was one that Jim wanted done, correct? I think we have
all black one as well.
Yeah, we have the black version of it. So I think that we should have done the Dumb and Dumber tuxedo colors, but
that'll be ours.
Yeah,
on the Ripper too.
Yeah.
That you won't admit.
It doesn't exist yet. It's a project that's worked on. I got so many freaking messages. Like I'm like, it doesn't exist yet. It's a project. It's a project. Till it exists.
I can go walk over and grab some parts.
It's not a thing.
Why do the hexes you include with your rigs have that lip? None of my wheels fit. There was some select words in there as well.
Those were the style of hex that was always the way, and then some wheels went away from it, but that was the standard before your wheels were made, likely, and they don't understand it. So it's that way.
It's to keep it centered.
It's a hub centric thing. It keeps the wheels better centered. Buy better wheels. We offer many different options.
I think at Axial they always had that lip AX10 all the way. Was it SCX10
10-1 was the first one that went to the flat face,
and that was done to create a narrower hex just to suck in the width just a hair for scale trucks. And then from there on, everybody kind of started doing
this way.
And it was the same in like tool drive 10 scale racing buggies.
The
rears had a lip and the fronts didn't, and it was just to keep the steering geometry sculpture as light as possible. So.
Yep. But it does.
The lip is ideal. It definitely keeps the wheel centered.
So a better design. But also the hubs are depending on the
RCC TV. That's
RCC TV. It had a cool logo and everything. It was PG. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what?
No.
So, it's from 8 to 10. It was PG. Yeah. Okay. I was like, it was.
Ghost Ripper. Now it's called the Ghost Ripper. Jim's gonna want it.
I think it was the Stormtrooper Ripper before that, but yeah, I feel like Ghost Ripper's a better name.
Are you gonna start banning people when they ask about Ripper 2?
Yes, that's a banned word on mine.
Yeah,
so if you do it, it just won't show up.
We need Josh's opinions on HD44 portals. We've been told it's possible.
Anything's possible.
They must have talked about that.
So I think Jim
someone asked about it.
He's actually working on it now. He showed me a CAD image earlier, and it's actually got a portal on a portal.
So we are linking it.
It's double portal. So it's got 90 degrees of steering, and it just keeps dropping down. Tons of reduction.
If you guys are waiting on the YouTube feed,
jump on the other one.
Go to the Vanquish YouTube page. There's a live one that popped up. The first one, for whatever reason, didn't.
Yeah,
he broke it.
I swear, I don't know. I thought I did it right. I didn't, obviously. But yeah, just look for the P squared HD 44.
Can we get a pink axle? Here, let's mount them on the.
Let's just put them on the Jim's white Ripper.
Rear?
Yeah, we'll put the rear pink axle on.
Excellent.
Oh, he would love that.
He would. And these axles actually include clear knuckles as well.
Yeah.
So it's priced for the same cost as the front and rear. The knuckles are just included.
And so you get a deal as well as donating to the cause.
Ooh, should we sell this Ripper right now?
Yeah,
we're getting some bids.
Let's just start the bids.
Jim's not watching this. Let's see what happens. Ripper 3 drift car. What's a bugaboo? Is that a Midwest thing?
I mean, I've heard that term before, just as like a mistake or like a
Ripper 3 is going to be a moon buggy if I had my way.
Brandon and I both like moon buggy. Well, mine's still up.
Mine's at home. I was testing those new
stuff.
Something.
Yeah. Here's would be nuts. The HD44 portals. The HD44 and the F10s are very similar in clearance.
850. We're getting there. Let's see. Did I miss? Let's see. Brandon, what's your thoughts on the new RC 4-wheel drive Miller car? They spelled his name right. So
they did spell his name right. That's a first. The last time his name was on a car, it was misspelled.
Yeah. No, I think the car looks great. We saw it at.
The styling is good.
Yeah.
we, you know,
Just stay with that.
yeah. I wish that it, you know, it says method on the side and it's Walker Evans.
That
wheels.
was, yeah, can't let that happen.
Details, but yeah, there's, you know,
Oh, somebody asked about something over our shoulder, but I didn't know whose shoulder they were talking about. Where was that
it's
comment?
an old Wraith is what's back there.
Oh, yeah. What is that rig over your shoulder in the corner, bottom shelf? Must be that.
Yeah, that is the old Wraith. So this was a sister car to one that I had done in maybe 2011 or so, maybe 12. And this cage was built by Jerry at the DMG.
Oh, I met Jerry once.
So he had built me one. It was based off of a Jimmy's 4x4 chassis back in the day, and I had him build me one, and then had him build one for Jim here, and then I assembled it. I did a little bit of metal work here and there, but it was just kind of a fully built Wraith back in the day. Kind of buggy is how we did them back then. He never had skins put on it, but it's got a Proline Power Stroke slash shocks. These were the some of you may have remembered these seats. And oh, actually, no, these are the Wraith seats. These are the. Do you remember the Sparco seats that we used to use?
Yes, the cell phone holders.
They were
I still have some of those. I found them when I moved here.
We used to buy these seats off of eBay that were made. They were a Sparco seat, but they were made to be like a cool little cell phone
You
holder.
attached to the vents in your car, and
Yeah.
then the cell phone was like. That's when cell phones were this big.
Yeah, exactly. When you'd put your Razor flip phone in it. But this hood was from a company called DC, Dynamic Concepts, and he made a Wraith Jeep hood or Wraith Jeep body, and I only used the hood off of it.
Before I remember that now. He did a Bronco too.
He had a Bronco. Yeah, Dynamic Concepts, I believe, was his name. I met him once. I think I had dinner with him in Kansas City one night, way back when. But yeah, this was just some built up AR60s. These are V1 AR60 axles.
Those diff covers.
MIP drive shafts.
The old logo etched.
Yeah,
machined into
the
it.
previous Vanquish logo. This had just an all custom chassis mounted servo with a welded on panhard mount, the whole deal, because that just wasn't all that common. Looks like I was using some aluminum backed tape back in the day to hold some wires in place.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Still a hack.
Tekin Pro 4 HD, probably a Mamba Max.
Someone asked about the clear knuckles, why we didn't do pink. I think we just need to save some parts for next year. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really the reason. We just decided to pack it.
It's nice to have a little bit of contrast.
Yeah.
It
matches the.
Yeah. So.
Let's see.
He made a Blazer body as well. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I don't know that I would have remembered that name easily without. Oh, these are the axial trepid. Feel how stiff these tires were.
So, yeah, I know exactly what happened there.
These things
wasn't my project.
What did the trepidors come on first?
The
Spawn?
The deadbolt.
The deadbolt.
Yeah. Right, like the
right.
The orange one.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
These things are like a real tire.
Some tire vendors got switched around and it's too late. Yeah. Will Vanquish ever offer a VFD stubby kit for people running Outrunner motors? I actually, Josh, finished testing all those parts. We've been running it that way for a long time as a comp rigs. We just made the parts by hand, shortened shafts, and yeah.
Mine's in here.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're what?
What is that? That's my comp truck from Nationals.
Oh, yeah. So
With the
there's stuff
stuff.
there.
Yeah.
So hopefully by the end of the year, it's just a matter of pushing that stuff through. I did the instructions for it. Made a couple extra cool parts for it, so it's coming. How many of you guys actually are running Outrunners in our VS10? Because I think that's there's some trade-offs with those, but the new AM32 ESCs, that came from the drone technology, They're dead silent now. Someone was running a revolver,
An old school
gun,
right, fax machine
at scale challenge. And I was taking a really cool video of this ledge that John and I were driving on. When I got home, I was watching the video, and it was ear piercing. Yeah,
that's the you know, the stubby VFD thing. Brandon and I both wanted that. We had made our own, and it was like, let's just have them made. Maybe some people will want them. Hopefully, it catches on enough, or if not, at least maybe we'll squirrel away enough that we can have ours ours for when we need them.
No, they're coming.
So
Cody had just asked if I was gonna slip any secrets. There's one.
That one is
bulkheads. We should make them in gray. Actually, we should do them in pink for the Yeti bulkheads. Too late. Maybe next year.
Yeah. But no, not likely in gray. We used to do like the axles and bulkheads in gray, or axles in gray. And the problem with gray is that it's a timing thing, and shades like one batch to the next, they don't match so well. And with axles, they're not like wheels when people just buy them all at once.
It still happens. I saw somebody get 2 shades of blue machetes.
And
if that happens, of course,
I have a note on every product page with color that's like due to the nature of anodizing,
it's going to happen.
So we try our best. We have targets where they have, they're supposed to be one or within the shade plus or minus of the target. But
this is always a good one to talk about. How far ahead is R&D and testing compared to releasing to the public? I think
it totally depends on the scope of the product.
If it's a full-blown kit, from concept to release is on average 18 months to 2 years.
Yeah.
If something's sharing a lot of parts and existing drivetrain and stuff, it could be 8 to 12 months. But yeah, usually it's pretty long. Something like we just talked about, the stubby kit for the VFD to use a revolver. It's a couple pieces. It's instructions. It's testing the initial part, and then it's production and shipping 4 to 6 months.
Yeah.
But things get tested a long time, and we go through a lot of revisions to make sure everything's up to par. Josh and I are pretty picky with a lot of that stuff. I think you are more than me in some ways. And then aesthetic wise, I'm a lot more pickier than you are.
Yeah.
Because the stuff you design doesn't always.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not worried about that at all.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, what if they do this? What if they do? There's just a lot of like those little things to think about.
And we try to think through every combination that someone would try to build something and develop parts to include. Because when you start molding plastics, there's a lot you can do.
If we can add an extra,
try to add all those extra parts and think ahead of what you guys might want to do, and we do it.
Add an extra hole here or there if it could be something we would need or use.
And sometimes that adds months to the production time.
And then there's things like the F10Ts. I remember we had a 3D printed prototype of this axle sitting on the bench for 2 years.
When we released the Pro, we had that axle like already
close after that,
designed and ready. Yeah.
And then it just didn't get put into production until we ended up getting some new machinery, and we started going more 5-axis, which allows us some freedom to do some things that are very cool, but also allowed Jim to have a lot more freedom with some of the things that he wanted to try. And this just became one of those ones that he's like, I'm going to put it on that. I've been wanting to do that axle forever. So while maybe it took Jim 4 months, 3 months to develop, if he took his timeline and put it into one, maybe less even, but
we're out of stock on brass hexes. Is that a screw machine part?
That's screw machine.
Okay. Yeah. They're coming.
The screw machine stuff is in line.
Ramping back up. So like we're out of stock on tools right now for a while. Those are coming back. Capra axles, we're waiting on shafts. Those are coming back. All those parts are on those machines.
Yep.
We're catching up. Does Mike watch this? He's probably like, oh, you guys, I have enough to do already. What wheels do you recommend that aren't going to cost? He asked about the hexes.
Gotcha.
So our incision line wheels include hubs. What are they at? $59.99?
Yeah, they're right around that. $49.99, $59.
Yeah, 50, so you're going to be just over $100 for all 4 wheels on a set of incision wheels.
Right. And those are aluminum wheels,
Yep.
the beadlock, the whole deal.
And they use the same clamp rings that the Vanquish wheels use, so you can use our brass clamp rings if you want to have weight. We need a moon buggy overview. We should do a moon buggy feed one time.
I know. Mine is not.
Mine's not either.
Mine's in a state of like constantly changing my mind. When I first built
it was centered. Yeah.
Because it's got SCX2 F9s portals on it currently.
And then the F10s came out.
Yeah. And like I've had this together since before the F10s.
No, I think you were just lazy. I didn't want to redesign the steering setup.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
And then I had a little portal trans in here, and then that came out, and so it's got a 3D printed engine in the back, but overall, like I really just like this chassis, and I haven't got to the rest of it.
Tilo asked if his F10 inners will fit into the pink axles. Yeah, so F10 plastic straight axles, F10T aluminum axles, everything's interchangeable inside.
We are at 3:30, but since I screwed up the whole YouTube thing, we'll just let them both roll.
Yeah, that's right. Matt Bowman has been doing the studies for a while. Actually talked to him about that last week. So he is excited that we're coming out with ours. And that's one of those things that we have also been doing it. And then we see someone on Facebook make their own, and we're like, good for you. You came up with the same idea. And ours will take longer to come out.
Yeah.
But we're getting there. See, well, the VFD stubby have a different skid. So yeah, you're moving the motor plate towards the center of the truck.
We've ran them a number of different ways ourselves.
3D printed skids,
but also just regular skids. We've cut that forward tongue down, and there's, don't have to have it hang as far forward. You can cut it completely off if you want. There'll be some options.
Are the Phoenix kits coming back in stock? Are we out?
I'd have to look. I think the straight axles are in stock, right?
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I think Josh Rogers asked about raw parts every single life.
It was still not
no raw aluminum parts. I think the OG VFD was being tested when the Origin was the newest. Let's see. And we hid from the local guys. Yeah, we had the VFD in testing for a long time.
Yeah.
Do
you have all those parts still, like that evolution stuff?
I think they're in a box somewhere, because we went through a lot of
that
evolution.
The way that thing changed.
Didn't I post a photo of that one time?
I think you did.
Okay. On the Vanquish Instagram, there's a photo of like the evolution. It kind of gives you a little insight into like design, 3D print, revision, and how many revisions we went through before we invested in actually going to production.
Right.
Wheels of Fortune.
That, as fun as that 2 months was, I don't know that you'll see Wheels of Fortune return like it did that time.
These wheels are pink. Do we call this plink? It's the same.
It's pretty much the same. If you wanted beadlock rings that matched, you could get the plink ones.
They're called plink on the site, yeah. But we used the same color for the wheels. These are a gloss finish. The axles are a matte finish.
Right.
The impacts were also gloss. Yeah. These are a matte finish on the servo horns. And Josh added the ribbon logo there.
Yeah, we put the ribbon on that. We also put it on the axles right there. The wheels we didn't, just because of the shape and complexity of both the tanks and the impacts. It just doesn't give us a good spot to add it.
Probably lose that KMC that's actually machined into it.
Yeah,
it's obviously can't see it.
Just super difficult. So the wheels didn't get it, unfortunately, but the axles and servo horns did.
That is, someone asked who made that chassis. That is a UC Fab.
Yep.
That's the Moon Buggy, right?
Yeah, this is the JHF Moon Buggy from Kyle at UC Fab.
And then he also did, what's the larger one called?
Prickle.
Both Jesse Haynes licensed cages. But I own a Moon Buggy as well.
Yeah.
My Moon Buggy has proper axles on it, F10 front and rear.
Mine does not. And it'll get done probably.
Let's see. It says you're out of both. They're not in stock on the website.
Okay, there should be more straight axles. Well, I have to look.
Josh, you going to keep those wheels on your moon buggy?
No, I think those are just kind of placeholders.
Wheels of Fortune was fun. I bought 3 sets.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was a lot of fun. It was fun to pack them at first, and then you guys didn't stop.
And then it got to be
the middle of summer, and Josh is like, we have to go pack wheels.
It was winter.
No, we did it. Was the first?
It was
I remember some hot afternoons packing those.
That could have been. I was just hanging around me, but I don't know.
Lots of questions on 22s. Currently, we only have the 22 tanks. We will make more 22 wheels. We just have to change gears, get going on those. We kind of decided on a width based on you guys' feedback a few weeks ago. And then we have to pick a style and just get it done. That machine currently is down, right?
It is down.
We lost a spindle.
But
the
joys of machining world.
Yeah. Luckily, it was just making 22 tanks. We have a good amount of inventory.
Yep.
So 22s won't be out of stock, but that machine is down for a little while.
It's a little, it's made by Brother.
Yeah.
And they're
easy fix,
super fast machines. And those guys are so good at replacing spindles that it's not too bad, but just one of those things. Walk in, I think that was Monday morning, walked in, be like, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
I didn't even get coffee yet.
Does Jim know yet? Or did we just, where's that servo mount? Oh, I just gave that to somebody. That's right.
Yeah.
The servo on axle mount for the F10, will it keep the triangulation or will it have some side-to-side play? So anytime going from a 3-link with a panhard to a 4-link, you will have a little more play, right? I mean, a 3-link is just such a solid way to locate left and right.
Yeah, it's
compared to a 4-link. So yeah, there will be a little more play, but it is triangulated. And on a comp rig,
it all depends on your chassis, really,
and how much flex you have. Like,
yeah,
you know how long those links are. Like, there's so many factors with that.
The length of your links, the shorter, the more the triangulation is going to be, depending on the width of your chassis. And just
we're now
factors.
Bidding on your moon buggy.
Everything's for sale all the time.
Any deals coming for Christmas? Yeti bulkheads, please. Yeti bulkheads are in production.
I thought, didn't some of those already go up?
Possibly. They were turned back on a couple months ago.
Yeah.
How many wheels can the machine produce a day?
I couldn't tell you that without looking.
It's a decent amount.
Yeah, it is a decent amount. It's a robotic machine, so when we close the door,
it's still running.
It runs until we're here the next day.
Yeah. Make 1.9 101s in plank. That's the great part about this October and all these parts we have.
You don't have to wait till next year.
But there's a lot we can do. How many more runs of the BCA 1.9s?
You'll probably see one more drop, but it might be 2 more drop. Like, as they come back, they get packaged and they go up while they're still probably packaging more. So sometimes you'll see multiple, hits of the website, even though it was just one batch that came back. So
we released the F10Ts yesterday, and immediately in the comments, somebody asked for the 1.9 impacts. I was like, hey, they were just in stock. Yeah. We had them in stock yesterday. Yeah, and I think they were in stock for a good hour or 2. It was one of the longest batches. But yeah, previously it was impressive how we appreciate all that support because they sold out quickly.
Yeah, or I know that can hurt the scalping market, but that's not where.
We're not trying to support that.
That's not what we're after. So we're trying to get as many out there as we can and as people want, even though it's a special thing for the month of October.
How many BCA wheel sets are being released? I don't think we kept track. Yeah, there's no quantity, there's no serial number.
I have a number, but that's not stuff that we usually put out there.
New wheel from Vanquish is called the V Power. Is that an inside joke?
It's from the new body we talked about yesterday. The D Power.
Oh, see, I don't watch Josh's Scale News, so if I had free time, I would. Yeah. That's right, the D Power.
So yeah, it was good.
Green wheel with gold trim ring, April. Traumatic brain injury.
See,
we talked about doing some other. What was the one we talked about yesterday? Suicide
awareness.
What was that color?
That's purple and teal.
Yeah,
which is a great combination, a great cause. It's one of those things like not saying that
winter's
we're not,
coming.
not trying to put anybody else's cause down.
We need sweaters. Yes, we need VP sweaters.
That's your project.
You're no help.
Cool.
Yeah. So sweaters, like a knitted sweater. Talking hoodies or
cardigan.
Let me know what you guys want, and I will try to make some. I think we should do some hoodies.
Sweater vest.
Ooh, yes. Gold 101s.
Oh, you know what? We never did the 101s in gold.
Was that the only wheel we did do in gold? We did everything else.
Yeah.
We're still making 101s, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just need to actually just do those. That's
Josh's Scale News is on what page? Go ahead. Plug yourself.
Harley Designs.
It's a very small YouTube channel.
Harley Designs Inc. Actually, if you're searching for it, if you just search Scale News Update, you'll run across it.
Ugly sweaters, hoodies, Christmas sweaters, poofy vests.
Yeah.
Ooh, driving gloves. I am in.
Fingerless.
Zip up. What would Matt want? That's out of everyone's price range. I heard some jacket he bought.
Matt's jackets have pit zips.
Don't understand. Sweater vests, hoodies, ugly Christmas sweaters. Can we do some ugly Christmas sweaters?
Oh, that would be a great time to have Steve see our purchasing for that week.
Cardigans.
Yeah. Look what we did.
Beanies would be good too. I'm waiting for underwear. Nobody said it yet. Pants. Yeah. Gold 101s were in the outlet section of the website last year.
Yeah, and that was.
Oh, that's right.
That was because I had some sent when we did trophies because we needed some. I was like, I'll send some 101s just with it when we did those.
Oh, because you had to do a big enough volume of parts. That's right.
And then because I wanted some, and then I was like, we had to have many were left. I was like, just put them on the outlet. It's fine.
Who is Harley Designs? Sweater vests. Pink silver horn looks good on the pink silver. Ooh, I need to hit up Reefs for one of those pink servers.
Oh, did he make a pink server?
He made a pink. It was at the dealer show.
Oh, I only saw the brass.
And Lee from Car Action had it on I believe had it on a build too.
Oh, yeah. I did walk around, but when I walked by the Reefs guys, I just made fun of them.
Apparently, Vanquish underwear already exists. Do not Google that.
That is true.
There's a workout clothing brand.
There's a brand. It's just called Vanquish, not Vanquish Products. Every once in a while, we'll get a customer service email thinking that we are them.
Zip pits because Canadian sweats are
5-panel hats and pit zips.
Yeah. VP shoes would be cool, but I do not want to manage that inventory. Like 2 hat sizes is enough.
I know. We're already. It's like, nope. We don't have the room for it.
Crocs. Ooh. See, I have those shiny gold 101s. Okay, so that was a matte gold on the 101.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, that was.
You fondled the brass 800 at the booth.
I did. Let's put a big old fingerprint on it.
Smudge.
Lick my finger first and just.
We are not wearing the same hat next time. Apparently, we're cute. And
that makes sense. It's this little arrow pointing around. Yeah.
Dog sweaters. We should do a
dogs. Oh,
your cats would rock those.
Okay. Oh, I'd probably put my cats in sweaters. Good luck. Yeah. We apparel side there's so many options there. Yeah. Other than all the sizes that you guys did the shirts.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Those are still in stock.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah. Weird.
It's just how much it's a lot of effort to get it right. So are you saying you're in charge of the hoodies?
So yeah. Anyway, the apparel side, we should do more.
Yeah.
I wish
hoodies for sure.
But
what do we put on it? Do we put the comp stance guy on it? Steve would love that.
Oh, I
He
know.
wouldn't pay that bill.
Steve is so against our little comp stance figure, but it's been so popular.
Did John Schultz take a video of the box at Vegas and post it somewhere?
He did not.
Wow.
I think he was trying, like,
Oh,
when
you were shooting the video,
Yeah,
he was
he's
trying
like-
to open it.
it
Nothing was in the box. It was a joke.
was just a mirror.
BCA tool handles. That would be cool.
That's what our tools were.
Oh, we can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. No, because then people will still
Yeah.
steal the tools off our bench.
Actually, I can't find half of those right now. Probably my fault.
Actually, I know I found some in the other building when someone was working on a bicycle.
Yeah, that was Jim's bike.
Who was working on it?
Me.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Comp stance on the back, VP logo on the front. Sounds good. Up to 5X. Oh, so Reef's only made so many of those servos.
Yeah, they're a limited thing.
Hmm.
He does 2 limited drops a year, I believe.
Yeah.
Like a red and maybe a pink.
You know what we should do on the Trucks of Fortune if we do it again is put serial numbers on them.
I'm just going to write it with a Sharpie.
The scale VP drivers that don't crack so easily. Are you breaking the smaller outer screws or the lugs on the center? Because the lugs on the center that are very hard to break unless as you're tightening it, you're also frying on it. And then
side load.
that we made those lugs a little bit longer so you could really get, a decent amount of torque on them. But because they're longer, if you put a side load on them, that tool will just shatter. So be really careful to make sure you're applying that pressure straight. And then the outer scale hardware, it doesn't take much. You definitely don't need to crank down on those.
Get them snug and you'll be good with those.
Okay, I gotta catch up. Love the idea of hoodies. Pump stance on the hood. VP on the front. Oh, on the hood.
I was going to put the comp stance guy just like lower back.
Lower back. Maybe do like the mountains all the way across. Or like flames.
Tribal.
Tribal.
Is the RTR Vanquish Phoenix servo horn 20 millimeter?
Yes, it is.
The steering servo horns on all of the VS410s are 20 millimeter.
Clothing talk. Lots of suggestions.
Yeah.
Mankinis.
So the RTRs all have the sintered metal servo horn, which we do have available as well.
Separate.
If you ever
It's
look,
priced well too. If you need a metal servo horn,
it's like $6.99 or $7.99. If you're in dig or anything like that, or I guess those are 24 millimeter. But yeah, if you just need a 20 millimeter servo horn that's not clamping, it's reasonably priced and it is not going to break.
The outer scale hardware always gets lost every outing. Oh, I thought he meant lost when he was assembling. I was going to suggest our parts tray.
Yeah, well,
they should.
And maybe you need a little bit more. I've never lost one.
So I guess when you're installing those, if you go in order and just crank down, you need to kind of like
do your star
pattern.
Just like changing a tire.
And then when you're done, go back and just check every one and snug them just a hair more. I don't think I've ever lost one of those.
I haven't either.
It's possible. I mean, there's a lot of screws, so
I always put the one oddly colored one in there.
Tramp stamp hoodies. Horrible idea. Comp stance. Look at my tattoo. Oh yeah, someone did get the comp stance tattoo.
I think I've seen more than 2 people.
Really?
Yeah,
that's awesome. Randomly locate the comp stance figure. Sleeve, upper neck, lower back. Yeah, we'll just let the embroiderer just put it wherever. Just go. Put it. Everyone's comp stance. Donk stance. What's donk stance?
Make big wheels on the crawler. I don't know. I'm up for it.
Yeah. So these must be leftover parts from.
I don't know where. Did they bring those in there? I mean, I'm guessing that's Michael.
This is Michael, and this was from the show. No. Why do we have plastic knuckles on a?
That was a
HD?
test fit, I bet. I bet I was test fitting a housing.
Yeah. And if you guys want to see what a raw HD 44 looks like,
you will never have it.
Yeah.
It's never available. but they do look so good.
It is pretty cool looking.
I really do like that housing.
I still have the very first D44 on my truck that I test fit, and it's raw from the first Origin we did.
Yeah.
Jim handed me the very first axle off the machine, and still on my truck.
Yeah. That D44 was always, I'm a big fan of that axle.
Yeah, but that's right up there.
Yeah. This one, especially with the red diff cover and the Curry logo positioning that we updated.
Yep.
Looks really good.
More pink axles. Yeah, I don't know what else we would do.
So yeah, you're only going to see the ones that
do
were
them all, but we have to pick and choose what we're.
Yeah,
maybe next year.
The other thing is that we have to still keep regular items in stock because there's a lot of dealers that have regular orders that they're expecting to have parts available for and things. So we can't swap all of our packaging efforts to just pink for the month.
Yeah,
as much as we
Cody,
love that support.
Here's a good topic. Cody asked, "How many rigs do I own?"
You?
Yeah,
good present.
Do you think I have? Who has more?
I know who my guess is.
I guess I haven't seen your mess lately. You were going to borrow the dump trailer this weekend for the swap meet.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of RC cars. A lot of them are still in the box from when I worked at Axial. They would give the designers serial number 2. And I just sentimental. I kept all of them. I have all the stuff I tested with, but at the same time, when I moved up here, I purged a lot. Doesn't mean the attic is not way too full. Same with the shop, because my son's 6th birthday party was 2 weeks ago, and we raced RTRs. I built him a track, and all the kids. I just had 3 RTRs, 35 turns, and the kids were just. And those, I think there's like 6 trucks on the floor right now that I need to figure out what to do with and put away. They were our video cars.
Yeah,
sorry,
that makes sense. If things have gotten out of hand for me.
I mean, I'm in the hundreds.
I probably have about 200 cars.
Yeah, and it's a problem.
It's my I have a severe problem, and
I should have way less because it's just unnecessary.
Yeah, very. I'd like to sell 20 this weekend. That'd be great.
Oh, I do want that Jimny though. Don't sell that.
Oh, okay.
The little green.
Yeah, you can have that one. I sold almost all of my small scale stuff in one batch here a few months ago.
That box I gave back to you because I had that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I let you pick parts from it.
Well, I think I put it all back in there. I only grabbed a body or something.
Yeah, and I think I sold like 6 or 8 SCX 24s and that.
Yeah.
My budget build, all that.
Is there a dealer application form on the site?
Yep.
A local hobby shop wants to carry your products. Yes.
If you're
right at the top,
go to the desktop site, not the mobile site.
Right.
And then at the very top on the right hand side, there's just a dealer application thing. You follow that through and you can send it in.
Cody says, "Holy smokes!" It's that having that many cars is just from
just
being an enthusiast and a hobbyist for so many years,
and then working here, and
then working in the industry, and then just
YouTube, and
Brandon
has fall off cars of mine, and
I ended up with one of those Sin trucks, and I saw it the other day. I'm like,
that
I should not have taken that. It's still sitting there collecting dust. John
wanted a trailer.
That's what it was.
Wanted a truck for a trailer.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah.
The prototype Exo box. So Josh sold that for me on eBay.
The guy never paid.
He never paid. I had it all boxed up, ready to go. So I was like, I posted all the pictures in the Exo group on Facebook, and someone snagged it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just some of it. Like I really didn't need.
Yeah, you kept one.
I kept one of everything. Yeah.
Was the extra.
Josh, do you have any extra UMG bodies? I wish that body wasn't discontinued. I was at Axial when that was being made, and
that's right.
I never grabbed the 6x6 body.
Oh yeah, that
body goes.
Cool. That one goes crazy now.
Josh Rogers is at 158. You keep
count
that.
If I counted, I might be.
Yeah.
I might be in.
I think a lot of people that have been in the hobby for a long time have easily over 100. It's
The other
just,
problem is that sometimes they just dissolve. Like you have a truck and then,
and then the parts just go everywhere.
And it's like, that's not a truck anymore, right? I don't have to count it. I do.
Yep. Harley signed edit. What's that?
I don't know what that means.
150 mind blown.
Yeah.
I mean, it's drift cars. It's small scale. Quadcopters I have boxes of FPV racing stuff that
I do
I'm
too,
not
but
even counting.
That I never flew.
You only flew once.
Yeah, I flew.
Yeah, you guys keep count. No, we definitely
Yeah,
don't.
you shouldn't do that for your own mental health.
Yeah.
But
See,
I have
luckily I can hide all my stuff in the attic a bit.
well, I have 2 pallets here. Up on the shelf,
Yeah.
I look at that Kyosho
Oh,
burnout car.
Yeah, yeah.
There it is.
which platform do you have the most of? Scale trucks. I mean, between the SCX10, VS410, just countless. You same?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably be surprised. It's probably something random that I just somehow have
Mm-hmm.
but it's probably, scale
has to be.
trucks and
Yeah.
some
Anything,
sort.
just 1.9 trucks.
1.9 truck.
Yeah.
Like that's
Ashley says she purchased the purple Hot Wheels body from Moose Jaw. I saw that. That looked awesome.
I don't think I saw it. Moose
It
Jaw
was-
texted me today, said that he had sold
it
the
was-
Hot Wheels body. I was like, I don't think I saw
No, it was really good. I may have even shared that on the Vanquish Instagram. It's cool. We need VP drift parts. I am in.
Oh, I have that. We should, that's what we should do for next week is grab that box of the VP drift wheels that got made and never sold.
Oh, yeah.
I know right where they are.
Really? I have a set of those that Jim gave me
There's
10 years ago.
there's probably 200 wheels in there.
Nobody's ever seen those, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever showed them.
That would be cool.
They're dusty, but they were a licensed Inky
Mm-mm. It was another brand.
Koenig.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was, I know right where that whole tray of them is, and they just never made it out. I'm not sure why. That was before either of us were here.
We need a VP IFS kit for VS410s. I actually designed one a long time ago.
Yeah.
And shelved it. We'll see.
Machined wheel. Yeah, they were a machined wheel.
Yeah.
And so
And machine drift wheels are not ideal. That would be purely for blame.
that's probably why they never made it.
When we went to Super G, I drove a friend's car. I drove his practice car and his competition car, I think you would call it. Different wheel stiffnesses, like molded plastic wheels in different stiffnesses. Same tire was night and day difference.
I couldn't tell the difference between any.
Well, your driving skills are also.
I cannot drift.
I was so
Oh
addicted.
my God. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I was driving Connor from Proline, Connor Patton.
you should have drove Leeway's. His car. He didn't go back to the track for a month, and he sent me a picture a month later and was like,
Did you?
you may have broken a few parts. I was like,
I'm not going to
so-
blame Connor's car in the slightest.
I
I
was
was just
learning.
like, this is ridiculous. This is. Oh man, you know what? We should just get those wheels together. We should sell them for a live stream.
Yeah.
Why not? Sell them singles. Limit one singles. They're just useless to everybody. But at
Oh,
least you
no.
can have one.
and then they'll have to figure out how to get 4. That's just wrong. That is wrong. All right, guys, we're coming up on 4:00.
Yep.
Sorry I didn't release enough sneak peeks. But,
I'll try and remind myself. I'm gonna make.
Josh has a battery hooked to my chair. And he's
Yeah.
hitting me every
I'm gonna
time.
put a reminder for drift wheels for next week.
Yeah, that would be fun. Drift Scene needs aluminum parts for the MST. It's like they're never available from them.
Drift.
So that's this week is we're making drift parts now.
You're not making them. I'm bringing 10-year-old drift wheels on for next week.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good week.